everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back. I'm Jeannie and I'm super excited for Sea and Designer Dip's flavor of the month. So this is their new May flavor of the month bundle and it is such a fun bundle. I was really excited to get into this and do a mani using these colors. So before I show you the swatches, let me explain a little bit about the Sea and Designer Dip's flavor of the month if you're not familiar with it. So they have a bundle of colors. It's a mixture of some new colors created for the bundle and some existing mainline colors. And so for the month that the colors are the flavor of the month, they are 50% off whether you buy one or the whole bundle. So it is an amazing deal. So for the May bundle, there are 3 new colors and then 5 existing mainline colors. So it's a bigger bundle, but oh my gosh, it is so fun. So let me show you. I swatched off camera. I didn't do it in this video, but let me show you the colors because how fun is this? So these are your 3 new colors. So Space Candy, Rave 2.0, and Space Junk are the 3 new colors for the bundle. And then the rest are the mainline colors. I mean, look at that. So there is a Rave, but I'm not sure if like a glitter or something was discontinued. So they made a Rave 2.0. So I am going to use, I think, as many colors as I can. I was hoping there'd be like 5 so I could just do like one color each finger, but since there are 8 I'm gonna have to cut some out. But these are so fun. It's gonna make such a fun mani. I think I have a plan. I don't know. I had a plan. I've had actually like 3 or 4 different plans and then I keep changing my mind, so we're gonna figure it out. But look at these colors, they are so fun. I absolutely love these new glitters they created. So I brought out my medium almond tips because I wanted to do it on longer nails, just because I thought these colors needed to be on longer nails. So let me go ahead and get into it. Okay, I think I have a plan. So let me just start off by saying I am using my Sea and Designer Dip's dip liquids. And so I've got 2 solids that I'm going to use for this mani. So I'm going to start with my solids first before I get into the glitters. So the 2 that I'm going to use are Mixtape and Sunday Fun Day. So Sunday Fun Day, I believe, was from the Advent calendar in 2022. I believe. I don't think it was 2023, but these are both the solid colors. So I'm going to be starting with these first so I can cap them in clear, activate them, and then I will get into the glitters. So let me start with Mixtape first, which is going to go on my index finger. And this is a really pretty purple. And the jars are so full that I'm going to have to pour. So let me find... We'll use this. So this is my Chaos Emerald by Chaos Concept. So I'm going to pour over and then let me get my finger holder and then we will get into the dip base. So I am wearing peel base. So I did apply a layer of dip base on my nails first because the peel base does make my dip base dry a little bit faster. So I wanted time to work with it. And I'll tell you what, I debated on whether I wanted to do an ombre for this mani, several ombres. I couldn't decide, but I decided because these colors are so fun, I didn't want to ombre them, that I just wanted to do 5 colors. So that's what we're going to do. Or it could have been an all glitter mani too. So I'm just pouring over, and that's just because my nails are longer and the jars are so full. And then make sure I'm cleaning up my cuticle area, that I don't have any excess product on my skin. So I'm already dry, so I'm going to go ahead and dust off the excess powder. Look at how pretty Mixtape is. I love Mixtape. So I'm going to go in with a second dip of Mixtape. So once again, I'm going to apply a thin, even layer of dip base. You can see I'm not starting at my cuticle area. I'm going down towards my free edge, and then I will work my way up towards my cuticle area because then I have less liquid on my brush. So that way I don't flood my cuticle area. And then once I've got that covered, I'm going to pour over again. and then make sure I'm cleaning up my cuticle area. I like to do one color at a time. I knew I was working with two solids, so I could have just done, you know, my one dip of each color first and then gone in with my second color, but I'm very prone to mixing up my colors, dipping the wrong fingers in. So I like to just do one color at a time, just so I don't accidentally do that. So that's 2 dips of Mixtape. Such a pretty purple. And I'm going to use the same Chaos Gemerald, so let me just pour that back in. And then I'll use a separate one for my glitters. These jars are so full, I just want to make sure that I'm not spilling my powder everywhere. All right, and so now we're going to get into Sunday Fun Day, and that's going to go on my pinky, I think. Sunday, yeah. You know what? I think it'll be easier that way. I don't know why I try to make my life more difficult. I shouldn't have to reach for my bottle. I always seem to have my bottles on the wrong side. And same thing, pour over. Now I prefer dipping just because I find it more satisfying, but I know a lot of people prefer the pour over method. So there are different reasons why you could do dipping versus pouring over. So pour over, it's really great for, obviously if you're working gel method, pour over, you should pour over because you don't want to displace the wet gel. But you do get thinner layers with pouring over. So if you want thinner layers, you definitely want to pour over. And then if your dip base is super wet and you dip in, you could also displace your dip base and cause wrinkling or any, so pouring over is good for eliminating that as well. You don't have to worry about wrinkling, anything like that, because you're just pouring the powder over rather than dipping in, and you could move that dip liquid. But you know, it's really a matter of personal preference on what you want to do. I just find it more satisfying to dip into the jar. I don't think it's as fun to pour over, but because my nails are a little bit longer and these jars are so full that I'm just gonna pour over. I could also just pour my entire jar into my Chaos Gemerald and kind of dip or lay in that way, but it's fine. I'm just gonna pour over because I'm wearing full coverage tips anyway. I love these flavor of the month bundles because it takes the guesswork out of your mani. I have a big 4-ounce jar of the clear from CN Designer Dips. They call theirs Ultra Clear 2020, but I split it into 2 smaller jars. So I have one for solids and one for glitters, and that way I don't contaminate my solid nails with some glitter that happens to be in the clear. So I like to keep them separate if possible. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my clear solid to cap these in clear, which, I mean, for a solid, it's a personal preference on whether or not you want to cap in clear. I like to because I file and buff and I don't want to risk filing through the color, having it look patchy. So I like to cap in clear. You don't have to. I mean, some colors do well, whether you file and buff on top of them or not, that they won't get patchy, but I'd rather not risk it. So that's why I do it. And these colors are just so pretty. I love this bundle so much. It gave me total 80s vibes, which I thought about doing an 80s themed mani, but I just wanted to show off these colors and not go too crazy, at least for this mani, but I was really eager to use this bundle. I'm not going to scrub just yet. I want to make sure it's fully dry, which I am. So I'm going to take a stiff scrub brush This is my clear stiff scrub brush. And you always want to make sure when you're working with clear that you're scrubbing it. Scrubbing off the excess powder to avoid any graininess or cloudiness. And then I'm going to go ahead and activate. And the reason I activate is because glitter will not stick to an activated nail. So once I work with glitters next, if a stray glitter, which it will, gets on my solid nail because it's activated, it won't stick. I could just brush it right off. Whereas if I left it like this, if a glitter flew onto this nail, it would stick. And I'd have to kind of dig it out because sometimes glitters can be stubborn. So that could leave me with like a little hole. So I'd rather just go ahead and activate. Oh, these colors are so pretty. And then we will get into the glitters. Okay, so we're activated. The glitters, I like to start from lightest to darkest, or any colors, not just glitters. I like to do lightest from darkest. So I think I'm going to start with Bon Voyage. This is another mainline color, and this is going to go on my middle finger. So I'm going to grab a different Chaos Gemerald. And this is such a fun neon yellow glitter. So I'm going to apply my dip base to my entire nail. Oops. I think you can see just how bright that is. I mean, it is so fun. I know neon yellow is not for everyone, but I feel like neon yellow, even if you're pale, makes you look tanner. I think all neon colors really, like, no matter how pale you are, they make everyone look darker. Look at how fun that is. And I wasn't sure how it would look next to Mixtape, but I actually like them together. And then I think we're dry. So make sure to dust off the excess. It's not full coverage, but it's pretty good coverage, especially with pouring over a glitter. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to lay my finger flat in. So I just poured my entire jar into my Chaos Gemerald. So I'm gonna lay my finger flat in so I can get even more coverage, because I don't get as good of coverage with pour over, which is, you know, what I talked about before of if you pour over, you get thinner layers. For glitters, I like to lay in, at least for the second layer, especially chunky glitters. So I'm just making sure any of those barer spots where I didn't pick up as much glitter, I've got those covered so that we can get it covered with our second layer. Now that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. So pretty. Okay. So we've got our 2 dips of Bon Voyage. Make sure I don't spill the glitter when I pour it back in. And then the next glitter I'm going to be using is one of the new ones that were created for this bundle. So this is Space Candy. Let me open it and show you. Isn't that pretty? So Space Candy is going to go on my thumb. I always try to do the best colors on my thumb because it's got the most nail estate. So it really shows off whatever color or glitter you're using. Or if you're doing nail art, you have the most room to do more nail art. So I always try to save my favorite for the thumb, although I think Space Junk might be my favorite. I don't know. It's hard. They're all so good. So I'm going to pour over. And this one, so it's pink base. And then it's got little heart glitters. It's got hex glitters. It looks like foil pieces. I don't know if they're foils or shards. They're not like thin like foils, so they may like be shards. There's like little stars. It's just so fun. See, make sure everything is laying flat. So I don't know if you could see that little like foil shard, and I think it's a foil. It's just a thicker foil, so it's not like those foils that bleed. So it's a purple foil. There's like some little tiny, I don't know if you can see it, the little tiny stars. Here's the heart. Like it's just, there's a bunch of different elements in here that make this glitter so fun. So that's space candy. How fun is that? Last nail, space junk. This one is fun. So this is a black base, and it's got a lot of the same elements. So it's got the stars. I don't know if there's hearts in here, not hex glitters. So fun. Let's dip, and then you can really see what I'm talking about of what's in space junk. So actually, let me pour, because I'm going to lay my finger flat in. I want you to see. It kind of does. I can see why it's called space junk, because it's just a little bit of everything. It's just so fun. I think it's a really good name for it. I don't know how they come up with such great dips. I've got this little, I don't know if you can see this little star that's hanging off my nail. So I'm just going to remove that. Okay. So second layer, similar to what I did for my thumb, I'm going to lay my finger flat in. So I want to start with my dip base, making sure I have everything covered, that I'm getting in all those nooks and crannies of the glitter. Not enough dip base on my brush, so I'm going to just dip a little bit more. I don't want to get any dip base on my skin or flood my cuticle area. Okay, I think I have everything covered. Lay my finger flat in. Look at that. Jam-packed. So I'm just going to let things fall off that aren't really sticking. That glitter, there we go. I was like, I can tell that glitter is not really on my nail. So I kind of tuck things in sometimes. If it's kind of like half on, half off, I'll kind of tuck it onto my nail, and if it sticks, that's fine. If it doesn't, it'll fall off. It's fine too. I don't think I have to worry, because these are jam-packed. I don't really have to worry about doing any glitter placement. Unless, of course, like I just want like a star or a heart to be more visible, because I don't think I have any hearts or stars in this second layer. But I don't know, even if I did, I don't know how well you'd be able to see it. I've got that little glitter that's hanging underneath my nail. See if I can remove that. There we go. That one's loose as well. Oh, so let me show you. So this is my solid nail. Remember how I said I activated it? So I just dipped it in the glitter. And then look. Nothing stuck to it. And I dipped it straight in the glitter and nothing stuck to it because it's activated. It would have stuck if I hadn't activated. I've got everything filed and buffed. So now we're ready for top coat, which is my favorite part. So in order for your top coat to dry, you do need one final layer of activator. So I'm just going to apply one thin layer of activator to all my nails. I don't have to go overboard. It's just for my top coat to dry. The dip powder is already hardened since I filed and buffed, so I'm not really worried about that. So once I've got the activator on, I'm going to wait 2 full minutes for my activator to dry, and then we'll get into dip top coat. A little bit. I'm going to apply the first layer in 2 to 3 really quick swipes on each nail. I have this lint-free wipe off to the side. I want to make sure that I'm wiping my brush in between each nail, just in case any activator got on the brush. I don't want to risk contaminating it, which would harden my brush. And then possibly if I have a contaminated brush, I put it into my dip top coat bottle. It could contaminate my entire bottle of top coat, which would be sad because this is a new bottle, so I want to be really careful. So 2 to 3 really quick swipes. If I miss a spot, it's okay. We're going to do a second layer anyway. But I just want to get that first layer on. And then once I'm done with my first layer, it'll start looking a little dull and tacky. Not tacky, dull and wrinkly. That's when I know I'm ready for my second coat. So for my second coat, that's when I'm going to make sure I've got everything covered, that I'm capping my free edge, and capping your free edge helps with longevity. And you don't have to, but I still like to wipe my brush on a lint-free wipe. It's really important for the first layer. You don't have to for the second, but I think it's a good habit to do just in case. So you can see I'm taking my time a little bit more, making sure everything's fully covered. How pretty is that yellow? Oh my gosh. I know this mani is a little wild, but I'm actually enjoying it. I think it's so much fun. These colors, oh my goodness. Man, that glitter is gorgeous. I wish I had 8 fingers so I could have done all 8 colors. I thought about, can I get creative and do an ombre with some of them to incorporate all 8 colors, but I thought what I had planned was wild enough that I shouldn't go even more overboard. I don't know. I can't wait to see everyone's manis with this though. To see what they do with the bundle. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry, usually about 2 to 3 minutes to completely dry. And as always, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles. And because one of the colors, which was my middle finger, was Bon Voyage, it made me want to use Bon Voyage. So this is my Scales of Mermaid Cuticle Balm. Bon Voyage is, I believe it was a limited edition scent. I don't believe it's available anymore, but it is an amazing scent. So I'm going to go ahead and rub that in. I love the balms. They're just so moisturizing. And if I have any cuts or scrapes, it really helps them heal faster. So I love the balms, especially when I'm at work, because they're not greasy. They absorb super fast. And here we are. I know this mani is like a party mani. It's a little wild, but it is so much fun. I am obsessed with the May flavor of the month. Let me know down below in the comments if you plan on picking up one of these colors or the whole bundle. And I can't wait to see your manis using this because I think there are so many options of things you can do. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.